Hey guys and gals, it's Mini Chocobo and welcome to my long-awaited max video. I really wanted to make this video really special, but in turn it really stressed me out and I ended up not editing anything on this account for like 3 weeks. In the background I'll just have some footage of my max party. The whole thing was streamed on my live stream twitch.tv/SoChocobo, and thank you to everybody who showed up to that. We ended up actually completing this raid and it wasn't terrible. Somebody estimated that we would get 0 points and we proved them wrong. The main question people have asked, besides the obvious when is my maxing video coming out, is what am I doing next on this account? And for most people I think this would be a very simple question to answer, but for me I didn't actually know exactly what I wanted to do. I really just want to play the game and do whatever comes to mind. I think doing a collection log type series just to go ahead and reach towards completion would be something I'm very interested in doing. I think a lot of people on their Hardcore Ironman just try and go for maximum PVM items, which of course I'll be eventually going for, but if I did more collection logs type activities, I think it would be a lot more fun in the long run for me, and it'd always give me a lot of activities to do. I also think this would be very fitting for my Twitch channel because, like I said before, I am trying to grow that as well. And another big plus is I'll be doing a lot of these grinds with a friend who is also a collection log completionist, and that's Kate. If you don't know who Kate is, she's the person who made the intro to this video, and she has a lot of cool art that's been on Reddit lately. If you do plan on filling out the nominations for the Golden Gnomes, I strongly suggest writing in her name for the newest best artist of this year for old school RuneScape. Also, just in the background have been some of the pieces that she's actually made, which are just crazy cool. While waiting to max, I didn't want to do too many crazy progress things, but I decided I would go to Barrows for a shot at the Carol's pieces that I still needed, as well as the Aram's rope top. And fortunately, the very first item I received from Barrows at kill count 398 was indeed the Aram's rope top. This was a huge upgrade because pretty much all of my other items are all almost best in slot, but I had a mystic top which really killed the vibe. Also, my internet and power have been really screwy lately, and I've fully DC'd over the last month at least 4 or 5 times, so I gotta be really careful of where I go. Since I couldn't really do much because I couldn't train Slayer and I just had no clue what to do, I decided to go ahead and use up all of my Konarchies. I only had 13 of them, but I would like to get the whole set of Dark Mystic, or I think it's called Dusk Mystic, but it's pretty unlucky that we didn't get a piece, but I think they're 1 in 1,000, so I don't expect to get that set anytime soon. I decided I would go back and try and get the Chompy Pet, and fortunately I did manage to finally get him. It took me a lot more kills than it took on my main. It took me only about 200 kills on the main account, and on my Ironman was a total of 784 kills over the 1,000. Seeing as I had acquired an extra Onyx from Zulrah in the last episode, I figured it was finally time to unlock the ultimate training weapon and armor set. If you can't already tell just by where I am, that is the Obsidian armor set. I just went ahead and sold a bunch of Chaos runes to get all of the Tokal needed to actually buy the sword, as well as the full armor set. Pretty much with this full set, the sword, and the Berserker necklace, your damage increase is very significantly high, and on low defense monsters, you just go to town. So in Nightmare Zone, I'll be getting close to 100k EXP an hour while pretty much being AFK. Now is where we enter the realm of me actually being maxed. I wanted to go ahead and have everything before I started doing collection log progress, so this is a bunch of random PVM. I do get a lot of drops here, so I'm very, very lucky, but the first thing I wanted to do was get that second Vorkath head to use on my max cape. That way, when I use my normal max cape in the Inferno, it'll save me a lot more ammo than the normal one. Keep in mind it is different than the blue one. The red one gives all of the normal perks from all of the other skill capes, while the blue one will give me that extra damage increase. But now at least this red one will will also save me a bunch more ammo. I also wanted to go ahead and finish up my Cerberus task that I had, but I couldn't complete because I would get 99 Slayer, and I was really looking for that Pegasian crystal. It is just the only one I need. I've had 4 primordials, 3 smoldering stones, and an eternal, and fortunately I did get the Pegasian crystal. It only took me 678 kill count to actually complete Cerberus, bar having the jar and the pet, which I don't really care to go back for anytime soon. Maybe in the future for the collection log, but that will probably be a long time away. And fortunately, I already do have a couple pairs of ranger boots. This is definitely a grind I underplay because I got rangers so early on my account, but very, very nice to have the best in slot ranged boots. I think I might be wearing these two in the Inferno. I'm not sure which ones I'll be using, either this or Brimstone. Some of these clips are actually like 3 weeks old, and let me tell you, looking at my Zulrah KC here for this Onyx, I'm very sad of how dry I've actually gone at Zulrah for what I'm still looking for. I apologize for the audio in these next couple clips. I know that the fan is able to be heard pretty clearly. I have a very hard time during the day not turning my fan on. It's over 105 degrees here sometimes, and that's like 40.5 degrees Celsius. So I literally just cook in my room if I don't have fans on. So I do apologize for that, but I did decide to go to Armadillo, and I did this on stream. Turn down your volume a bit.
Oh! What? Yes! Huh! I got something!
I still don't know how that is so freaking loud even at like 30% volume, but it is, so I apologize for anyone's ears, but this trip was not over yet. Just for a little bit of backstory, I had actually managed to finish off this task halfway through this trip. I decided to stay because I was feeling pretty good. I had that Armadillo hilt. I also had a lot of food supplies. I had barely any prayer left for this last kill, so it really did come down to whether I could hit with my crossbow. I wasn't on task anymore, therefore it would be very, very challenging of a kill. And before I forget, I warn you now, this one is a little bit louder than the last one, so just be ready for it. I do have that blowpipe spec if I really need it, but I really just want to frag the boss here. Very good kill. Probably one of my best, so definitely—
What? No! Yes! What is going on with this account? Holy God! We got the hilt in the same trip!
And not long after this, I decided to go to the normal Hydras just because I was editing at the time, and I actually got the final piece of the Brimstone Ring. Therefore, I now have a new best in slot ring at raids. And for those of you who don't know what the Brimstone Ring is, it basically gives a bunch of attack and defensive stats. It's like a hybridish ring, and it also has a chance to ignore 10% of the enemy's magic defense, which is very useful for Olm's hand. Fortunately, if this POV was me actually in the Theater of Blood, I would have lost my hardcore status by now, but I actually was just hopping through worlds and looking for a team clearing Theater of Blood because somebody had mentioned that I can actually get all of the soundtracks just by observing. It kind of is lame because I really wish you actually had to clear it to get the music cape, but I kind of want to get the whole music cape now, so I'm gonna start working on everything. Also, just by random coincidence, they actually knew who I was, which was really cool, so thank you again for helping me get all the tracks. Unfortunately, I didn't get the Maiden soundtracks, but I can get those pretty easily. Then right as it ended, I fully disconnected from the game again for like 10 minutes. Ah yes, and if you've been watching my stream lately, you know I've been doing a ton of shamans as well as a ton of Zulrah, and both of those have been very, very mean. This was the first grind I decided to go ahead and do with Kate, and that was getting an infinity hat, which would be the greatest mistake of our lives because this would just mean lots of bad luck. But at the time, it was a lot of fun, and getting the actual hat with her was definitely way better than doing it by myself. And just because I had that extra onyx from Zulrah, I said why not make the regen bracelet just for that little bit of HP regen while doing the graveyard room. In terms of actually purchasing this hat, it's very irresponsible. I actually should have gotten a mage's book, especially since I don't have a book of darkness, but the goal was to get the infinity hats, and we did that. She went ahead and bought a dark ornament kit thing, but she actually ended up selling her hat back because these things were definitely bad luck later on. This is when Zulrah started to get really, really mean. Yeah, we could kill it here. It's actually not a bad kill. Very fast. It's like a 130 probably. No! You called it! No! It's kind of funny looking back because you can always tell when I'm really mad because I just instantly obliterate these things. Quick time to turn down your sound. You've been warned. No! I don't know what's wrong with Zulrah, but it really likes giving me Tanzanite things, I guess. I didn't show myself building the portal nexus, which is just bad on my part, but I did buy all of the supplies to make it. I actually still haven't put any teleports in there, and it's been over a week now. I'm just really lazy to actually go buy air runes. You can't use dust runes. It's such a scam. By this point, you should know when Zulrah dies, you probably should turn down your volume. No! No, 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 no! Oh, where? Go. No, I got the mimic! Wait, no, I didn't. I got a chance of the mimic boss fight. 2, 1. You are kidding me. How many Tanzanite fangs is that in one video? I have been pressing my luck in the wilderness pretty hard lately. I think I should take it a little bit easy because I have done like 30 or 40 hard clues in a row without ever skipping any steps, and it's only a matter of time until that luck runs out where I don't run into anyone. If you are interested in specifically that hard clue casket that I obtained, it was part of my loot from 1000 undead druids video. I opened 14 hard clues in that video on my hardcore, as well as in my recent video, the loot from 100 hard clues, I opened 5 more hards on this account. Unfortunately, my recorder was turned off, but I did finally get the Dark Claw, which means I can get the Purple Slayer helmet. It's just a cosmetic item, but it is my favorite color, so I'll probably end up doing that eventually, but I need a lot more Slayer points before I can actively afford to use it. And I thought getting the Obsidian armor would be very hard for my collection log. Turns out I was wrong. Well, unfortunately, the live reaction to this can't be played because of the music that was in the background of my stream, but I did get a jar of swamp. These are really rare, and I was not too happy to get this. Your volume button is like a roller coaster right now, and I would recommend turning it down in the next 2 seconds. Hey! Whoa! Yes! That's sick! Yes, 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 yes! Face cam the reaction? I don't have face cam. I'm sorry, buddy. Oh, this is so good! Ah! Look at me! Oh, I look like a good Iron Man! No! Oh my god, you are living life on the edge, buddy. Alright, I dropped a lot of stuff for you. You just hold on for a little longer, okay? I just want you to pay attention to the fact that I dropped 2 brews here, because this will become very relevant very soon. Now let me go and paint you a picture here. I told Kate to bring a blowpipe or some type of way to heal, as well as maybe bringing some range defense so the Spinelips don't destroy her. But hey, what do I know? She's the one with the Rex pet, okay? Let me quote this the best I can. I don't need to bring any type of healing weapons or defense because I have Ancestral and Blood Barrage is going to heal me to full all the time. Well, it turns out that she was very low hit points and was waiting for my food to appear. Unfortunately, she accidentally pulled Supreme, and so I was I was telling her to eat, and she spam clicked my brews and didn't have inventory space for the sharks and died. Eat, eat, eat. No, the one guy's not eating. Oh no! Wait, no, that's why it's not attacking you. Needless to say, she was not happy, and she rage quit and went to bed. Just a reminder, if you'd like to keep up to date with my whereabouts on my Hardcore Ironman, feel free to drop my Twitch channel a subscription. I try and stream on there every single day for at least a couple hours. Also, please do not forget to nominate Kate for those Golden Gnome Awards. I definitely think she deserves it. And also a big thank you to her for actually making my intro. I never vocally have said that in any of my videos. I purposely was waiting for my Max video. And with that being said, this will be the final Hardcore Ironman Progress Series episode. And now we'll move on to the Hardcore Ironman Collection Log Completionist series. There is a couple of words I need to say before actually ending this video, and that is just a big thank you to all of you. I would never have been able to get as far as I have on YouTube without all of your guys' and gals' support. Thank you to all of my friends and as well as my brothers who have watched every single video. I know that especially the early ones, definitely not the most fun things to watch. I can't even get through those ones, so I totally understand that. And no matter when you started supporting the channel, anybody here, just know that I appreciate you and I'm always your friend. And if you need someone to talk to, feel free to always come in the Discord and message me. Thank you for the adventure, friends, and I look forward to seeing you again very, very soon.